Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Post Fight. And in this edition of Post Fight, I'll be doing Post Fight UFC Fight Night, Allen versus Craig. So for this card, I went 10-3-1. So 10-3-1, 10 wins, 3 losses, 1 no contest. I really should be 10-4, but it's the game, so I'm happy that was a no contest. Because there also has been plenty of times where fights should have went my way. It was a bad decision, or this happens, that happens. And at the end of the day, like, it don't matter, like, what you feel or what it should be. It only is what it is. Like, so the judges say this person won, that, the general consensus feel like they lost, but the judges said they won. If fights no contest, is no contest. Fights a DQ, it's a DQ. But they can work to fix on it. But at the end of the day, like, if you betting, your money's lost because of that, or saved because of that. But yeah. So I'm happy about that one. But let's so I went 10-3-1. As the theme of this video goes, I just really focus on my losses. And yeah, so I had 3 losses. Let's focus on those and run through this video. So first loss was Charles Johnson versus Rafael Esteban. And yeah, I already knew what Charles Johnson, I already know who he was, but I tried to reach a little bit or a lot of bit here, but it was no confidence. I obviously went low confidence. I didn't go like, oh, this guy's clearly gonna win low confidence. I didn't. I knew who Charles Johnson was, but I just thought, like, this might be an angle for him to win. And he did kind of come through a little bit in the third round, like a lot of bit in the third round, but obviously, it's a 3-round fight. You're just going to really show up for the third round or, wait that long. And I feel like his wrestling defense could have been sharper early on, but, who knows? Sometimes people just have that some mental things on them. Like in the gym, they might be a much better fighter, but in the cage, like, they struggle to defend takedowns, struggle to, like, stuff. You start to see who they really come out to be in the third round, but yeah. Maybe in a 5-round fight, he would have beat him. But 3-round fight, he lost. But yeah, as far as the lesson, you already know, like, Charles Johnson is a guy that is susceptible to getting, pretty much grapple fest. He's hard to submit, hard to put away, but, he's a grapple victim. Like, he's a guy that you could take down and control. And that's what Rafael Esteban was able to do for 2 rounds. You could argue the third round was a 10-8. There would have been a draw or something, but it is what it is. Like, the secret or whatever case might be out, like this, the study of him was already out there, so it's not like it was nothing unheard of. So yeah, I don't really feel too bad about that one, given I already knew, and I didn't go no high confidence or nothing on that, low confidence. All right, next L was Lucas Alexander versus Jekka Sargi. And yeah, Jekka, it was like, Lucas was doing pretty well. Then, he kind of made a ugly error out there. He got stops. Was Jekka Sargi such a good fighter? No, definitely not. But yeah, Sargi won, so that's all that matters. He won. He knocked him out. What can I really say about this one? I guess, it's the obvious. Like, what did Lucas Alexander, or what has Alexander even really done to this point? Like, on this level, he beat a low tier journeyman on his way out, but that's his one win inside the octagon. He showed some pretty decent, okay skills. Nothing phenomenal, nothing to really stand out. But, look, he showed some decent enough fundamentals, some decent skills in that fight. And, yeah, but nothing really stood out about him. So, yeah, I think I went average confidence there. But, yeah, I went average confidence there. Nothing bad about that. Yeah, all I can really say is that's a fight he should have won. But at the end of the day, it's not like he was some super trustworthy fighter that has, really track record. He himself has no real, like, solid track record just yet. So stuff like that, is definitely more susceptible to happening, or more likely to happen with guys that, have not really accomplished nothing compared to guys that are, really stacked some wins and really showed them to be this stud, or showed them to be themselves to be this top 10, top 15. Somebody that's really going somewhere or really doing things. But yeah, not a whole lot to say about L. But I feel I made a good play there, or not a good play. I made a good enough prediction on there. But yeah, it's MMA, so fist fighting day, things happen. So, but if I can say anything, I just feel like I don't see Sargi going very far, and I don't see if Alexander's going to lose to guys like Sargi. He himself not going very far either. But never had a particularly high ceiling for him, and definitely not a high ceiling for Sargi. And now to the final L. The final L was Mitebek Orabai versus Oruz Medic. Yeah, that's it, Medic. And yeah, I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, it was good enough people were on Mitebek Orabal. A lot of people were on him, not a lot of people, good enough people on because it was shifting him to like a small favorite. But I just really couldn't get behind them because definitely we see a lot of people from this region or that region, or they coming over here. They could look, no, you can't really truly gauge their skills until they come over here. A lot of times, especially when they're not fighting the best competition. So I couldn't really get behind them. It's not like I went over there and said Oruz Medic is a lock confidence pick. I did not, or high confidence. I went low confidence because I was very much unsure of what Mitebek Orabai was going to bring. But ultimately, he won. He got a finish, but I was not super impressed. He went out there and wrestled a 55er. That's what he did. He went out there and wrestled a 55er. He grabbed a 55er. He was getting picked apart on the feet for that first little opening minute and 50 seconds. Then he went to his wrestling. He and his grappling was able to find a path to victory, and he just kept going back to the well and got the finish. So I was not super impressed. Like you didn't look like a really sizable welterweight. So you're probably going to drop down to 55. Striking didn't look like very good, and you ended up winning with a striker, a lightweight striker. So yes, your wrestling and stuff can look good there, but what's going to happen when you go in there with a sizable welterweight with good takedown defense and good striking, or a sizable or decent lightweight with good takedown defense and striking and jiu-jitsu and all that stuff? Like, it ain't gonna be no safe haven or no safe path for you to hide behind or to take the path of least resistance. So I'm definitely not super impressed with him. Matter of fact, I'm not impressed at all with his performance. Good win for him, but not impressed. And yeah, I already just went into that fight and predicting that fight. This is more so an intel gathering fight. No investment, no betting, no this, no that. This Saul is a fight to learn from. And like, I think he could stack some wins up at welterweight or lightweight. I'm not saying he'll stack up like 5 wins, maybe like 2 wins, maybe a 3. That'd be kind of a stretch. But I do feel like he's got a low ceiling, and yeah, I'm not super impressed with his skills from what I've seen. But hey, maybe I need to see more of him. But I think that win clearly shows that he's at this level. That's the most clear thing. I might not be impressed, but that thing shows that that performance shows that he's clearly at this level, and he's at this level, and he could finish at this level. So I'll say that. So good for him, good win. And I'll definitely keep my eye out on him and see how they match him up in the next fight or fights. But and final thing, just mention the main event. Arnold Allen just went out. Not Arnold Allen, but Brendan. I keep mixing them up. But Brendan Allen went out there. He did his thing. He went there with Paul Craig. Though it's not really Paul Craig's weight class, and you can say he's like not at his best, not this, not that. Like, he went out there and for the great performance against Paul Craig from start to finish. Looked good on the feet, looked improved on the feet, and ultimately was able to, he looked good on the ground as well. Like, he was doing damage. He was comfortable fighting Paul Craig where the fight took place. He defended the submissions, and he just showed good technique. He showed good skills, and he showed good awareness. And he was, like I said, he was not scared or afraid anywhere in it with Paul Craig. For Paul Craig, where he was best at, outstruck him and was able to submit him on the ground. So good performance for Brendan Allen, and if he could work on some things, that mental coach really worked. I'm not saying like this performance really showed, oh, this guy is ready to shift the narrative in his career, and nah, that's not this performance. But yeah, definitely look clean, look good, and will get you excited to see him really start to try to test himself up the rankings more. And yeah, I think he has all the skill and all the talent. It is about connecting the dots, and I think Brendan Allen go very far, and I think he definitely has even championship potential in at the highest level, where she is in the highest level. He's in the UFC. So yeah, good win for, I don't know why I'm talking like that or doing that, but I guess I'm just tired. But yeah, wrap this video up so I go to sleep. Yeah, that's the video. So yeah, good win for Brendan Allen. Couple losses on his card, but I didn't feel like none of them were too big, or most of them I feel were pretty small L's. Intel gathering, or just reaffirming knowledge that was already there. Johnson reaffirming knowledge that was already there. Mitebek, Orabal gathering intel, and then Lucas Alexander. That's just with Sargi. That's just the nature of the game. It's a fist fight, and yeah. So wrap it up. I went 10-3-1, 10 wins, 3 losses, solid card, and let's keep up the momentum and carry it to the next card and the next and the next and the next. And that's the video. Peace.